What's up, Gemini? We're going to tap into the beginning of February of 2026's message for you guys. So I already pulled some oracle cards. We're going to go from oracle cards, then I might move on to a tarot read, okay? Also, if it does resonate, please let me know in the comments or like and subscribe. So the first oracle card we have is side hustle. Y'all are focusing on money. Even if you don't have a job, there's some way somehow that you're bringing in some type of income. All right. Just to let you know, people are wondering how you are bringing in some type of money. So if you have a job, or maybe if you're a stay-at-home mom, or maybe you lay low, people are eyeing your money. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. The people are wondering how you're coming up with extra money, even though it's not none of their fucking business. All right. Multiple incomes, extra earnings, financial security, always on my grind. You're always on your grind. I know how Geminis are. You guys always have some type of flow and some type of financial stability that's always coming in. And just like Scorpios, people are wondering why or how you're trying to get money. It's not none of their business though. Self-made. You are self-made, Gemini. You're super self-made. All right. Self-sufficient, independent. Independent success, overcoming odds, creating your own path, built from nothing. You may have came from nothing. And even if you did come from something, Gemini, you're built differently than all your other family members, where you create your own success. Not anybody else. Not daddy and mommy's help. And even if you do have help from them, you want to maintain your own. All right? Catfish, pretending to be someone else online, fake profile, deceptive images, not who you think I am. Somebody here. Why am I getting this weird download for Gemini? You gotta be careful with some type of incoming call or incoming text from somebody. Or you have somebody in your energy that is pretending to be something that they're not. That's why catfish is coming out. So you got to be aware of texts and calls that are incoming, because it may not be, it's like a spoof number. Somebody here is pretending to be listen, slow down now, okay? There's 3 things that are coming in. It might be all of them, to be honest. Somebody here is playing games on your phone, okay? So somebody's in your energy that's pretending to be somebody that they're not. And then there's a side note where you got to be careful with incoming calls, incoming texts, because there's some type of spoofing number that you might receive. It might be some shocking news or something here that's literally that you're going to be sitting there questioning when it might not even be real. And then I got another side note as well, where you got to be careful if you have online profiles. Somebody here might be trying to catfish you. We'll see who that is. Okay. We'll do a few more oracle cards and then we'll let it go on to the tarot. What else for Gemini for the beginning of February? Somebody here is definitely playing games. The person I feel like that's playing games is somebody here that you are already expecting to hear from. Possibly. They'll be back. Expect to hear from them soon. I don't know if you got in an argument with somebody. This might be an extra of, all right, y'all got to be careful with somebody here. All right. You may have gotten an argument. Now, this could be a side note from the catfish, but it could be something that's telling me is intertwined possibly with some type of involvement. Maybe. You may have gotten an argument with somebody recently, Gemini. You're going to hear from this person soon. But you got to be careful because somebody here is playing with somebody's free will. And when I say free will, I'm saying that we got love spell. You've been bewitched. Now, this could be in a reverse. This could be in a reverse. I do see here that it could be in a reverse. But you got some type of earth sign. It could be a partner, but I'm also getting here with the catfish that this could be somebody here that's literally playing on the outside of this nonsense. Somebody here is playing with somebody's free will. It's either somebody that you know doing stuff on the outside or somebody here that you're with. Use your discernment with this. Okay? You might be seeing 555, or that's a number that when you start seeing this, it's going to confirm your intuition off top if somebody here is playing a love spell on you or somebody on the outside is doing all this. I don't know why that's relevant. They're trying to call some type of breakup with the divorce. All right. So if you are somebody here and you might be experiencing a breakup in the future, you got to use your discernment when trying to figure out why there's some type of mishap. We're going to add that there. Somebody here is definitely going to try to communicate, though, if there is some type of separation. I don't know why people think it's funny to fuck with people's free will. Love spells is not it. Just letting you know. All right. Aside from that, what else does, I want to know what this love spell situation is. Your money looks good. Your finances look top tier, Gemini. You don't got to worry about no financial issues in the beginning of February. But if you are in a relationship, if you're married, you might have somebody here trying to fuck it up on purpose on the outside. Or you and your partner might not be doing well because somebody here is trying to fuck with somebody's free will. Okay? What's this love spell? Somebody here is trying to... We have the lovers literally... We have the... No, it's not the lovers. The Two of Cups in the reverse. Somebody is trying to oh my God. One more on the Hangman. We have two... We already have two major arcanas in your rate, Gemini. Somebody here is trying to cause some type of disruption. You might already be at odds with your partner. All right? The Chariot. You got three major arcanas already in the mist here. Jesus. All right. We're going to add the Queen of Swords. You got a lot of major arcanas that's just coming out. All right, you got the World card here at the bottom. Queen of Swords, you have some type of air sign. This person might not even be operating in air, or might not even be an air sign. They could just be operating in some type of air energy. Get out of that bathroom. This person hides a lot in the background. I feel like the reason why the Queen of Swords came out in the bottom of the deck is because this person's trying to hide who they truly are. That's why the Catfish came out. Y'all got to be careful. With the Two of Cups here, the Hangman, the Hermit, the Chariot, then the Nine of Cups. Jesus Christ. There's a lot of major arcanas here. Then the World card at the bottom of the deck. Somebody here wants to see your relationship fail. Okay? You might be having trust issues. If you're not used to having trust issues in some type of dynamic and you're all of a sudden having trust issues, somebody here is trying to place a fucking spell and cast some type of bullshit over. you're going to have some type of forward movement after you right now you're in the hermit mode, okay? It's like you have surrendered when arguing with some type of person, okay, with the hangman. And with the hermit, you're going within where you are seeking guidance from your spiritual team in regards to what is actually going on here. Okay, if you're not used to arguing with your partner, if you're not used to having fights with your partner, which I do see here is petty arguments that are seriously unnecessary. Somebody here is trying to intrude within a partnership that is literally meant to be, and I cannot fucking stand it. This is where I get really fucking frustrated with people here that think that they can fuck with people's free will and mess with people's relationships by throwing some type of love spell to break up. It's a breakup spell to cause disharmony, Gemini. And it's coming here from a Queen of Swords. It could be an air sign or somebody here that's literally walking with that energy. So it could be a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, or it could be somebody here, or it could be an earth sign. I'm just going to be honest here, okay? It could be an air sign, another air sign. But it could be somebody here that's walking in that energy, in the reverse. This person is bitter. They're already going through a lot of issues right now where this individual is already feeling burdened because their life is not going well. So they want to make other people's life not go well. They're selfish, this person. You're going to have forward movement with your partner once you go to your spiritual team. Somebody here is truly connected as well. Very spiritual on a certain level. So somebody here is going to go to their ancestors and spirit guides and use their discernment when trying to regulate some type of issue here. You're going to have forward movement with the Chariot, and with the Nine of Cups, you are going to go back to feeling stable once you use your discernment on who's doing some type of issue here. I just reshuffled again. The World card is actually in the upright now. So I feel like the energy is somehow going to change and shift throughout February. Where in the beginning of February, you might not be doing well with your partner. But then when you go to your spirit guides and your ancestors and you put some type of prayer over your relationship, that's when the World card is going to go in somebody's favor, where you're going to feel accomplished, where you're now going to feel successful in your relationship. All right. Gemini, I don't know why this has to be the first message for you guys. But listen, if you've been wondering why, if you are in a relationship, that is what's going on. All right. Should we get another message for Gemini? People that are not in relationships. How about we get another message for Gemini that are not in relationships? Let's use a different deck. For the people here that aren't in relationships, what do they need to hear right now? Okay, that wanted to come and fly out. If y'all have a friend, you got to be careful. Somebody here, is this tied to the first message, Spirit? You got to be careful with somebody in your energy. Because there's an individual that's trying to copy you, trying to mimic you, trying to be all you every day. All right? This person sleeps around, a temperance, free for all, steals your man. Copycat. All right. Can we please get a different message here? Hater. You got to hater this in your energy. But you know why, Gemini? This is nothing new. Okay? People want everything that you have. Okay? They want your man. They want your girl. This is somebody here that wants everything that you have. That's curious about your life. All day, every day. All right? Please, can we get a different message, Spirit, for the people here that aren't dealing with copycats? Aside from that, we do have a separate message where someone here wants to set a record straight, and they're waiting for shit to go down when it comes to some type of investigation. This could be in regards to a private relationship, possibly. Now, this might not be, I'm getting here that a side note where this might not even be your situation, Gemini. This could be a situation that is being watched. It could be somebody here possibly that's in your energy, or somebody that you know that is being investigated heavily. This person has third parties. They're being investigated due to a private relationship. People are waiting for some shit show to go down. Once upon a love story. All right, one more. Kick to the curb. Fake friends. What else is new, Gemini? You got to be careful with people in your energy, okay? Somebody here is not being honest, okay? You got the 7 of Swords already in the upright here. Somebody here, you got to be careful with another air sign, because somebody here is being a trickster energy around you, okay? Or maybe you're watching this go down. Somebody here is a thief, okay? I don't know if they're being investigated for being a thief, but they're also being investigated for some type of third-party situation. All right? Could be another air sign. All right, you might be a masculine. Now this is tied into a masculine read, possibly. I'm getting more masculine energy here. You gotta be, I don't know if you're the one that's playing manipulator here, but I feel like the reason why you're doing this is because you see another air sign in your energy that's being weird. They're a thief. Okay, they possibly have stolen from you, but they're also, this is a trickster energy. I don't like their energy. That the reason why you're coming, I feel like this is you, Gemini, with the King of Swords. You might be isolated or at a distance somehow. Somehow somebody's at a distance. You're watching shit go down though. I feel like you're seeing somebody here misuse their power, but also here, you have to play a role where you got to be manipulative in some way. Because somebody here, their plans are falling short, all right? And there's either a fire sign or earth sign that you see is being very materialistic and greedy from afar. Now, this might actually be, it's a King of Pentacles. This might be a father or some type of uncle, all right? Uncle or a father here. There's 2 masculines here, though. There's one here that's playing trickery, that's a trickster energy that you see is either thieving. I don't know if they're thieving from somebody you know, or maybe they're thieving with somebody you know, but you got to be careful because somebody here, you're watching shit go down and you're trying to figure out if you should bring out the King of Swords in the reverse, which I feel like you have to because you're seeing deceptive energy from the outside. Okay, it's you know, with this type of energy, it's creating some type of like your energy is really being fucked with the 10 of Cups being in reverse. You might be having disagreements with family here with the 10 of Cups being in reverse. I feel like this has to do with family, or somebody here is orchestrated within your family that's causing a lot of disruption. And you're figuring out whether or not if you should bring out the sword. And to be honest, listen, use your discernment, Gemini. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's very, with you bringing out some type of manipulation game here, it might end up going in your benefit, like in your, it could somehow go in your benefit. I'm trying to use the right word here. It could go in your favor by acting like that. All right. We're going to leave it at that because listen, I got to go to work. All right, but use your discernment when doing stuff, Gemini. People are here trying to play games in your face while you're at a distance somehow and in isolation. You're in hermit mode. All right, that's the best mode to be in, whether that's in the reverse or not, because you're going to end up getting your clarity in some way. All right? All right, Gemini. Peace out.